Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here in the Mayweather boxing gym. Delighted to be joined by Johnathon Banks, trainer of Badou Jack. We've just seen Badou Jack do a little workout there ahead of his fight. The rematch against Jean Pascal. How is Badou Jack looking?
Right now, he's looking good in camp. Today is just a media workout, but he's doing good, looking good, and is ready for the rematch.
I mean, close fight in the last fight there, but obviously you've had a good camp. Have you written all the wrongs that happened in that first fight and go out there to get a decisive victory this time around?
I believe I have. I believe I went over every possibility that could have happened in the first fight and every possibility that could happen in the second fight, and try to go over everything with a fine-tooth comb so we can make sure we walk out with the victory.
Are you going to leave it in the judges' hands this time around? Are you looking to put the pressure on a little bit more on Pascal this time around?
Well, I think the difference between this time and the last time is we bring in two of our own judges, which is left hand and right hand. So we gonna leave it in those judges' hands.
They're the best judges, right?
Those are the best judges, and we gonna leave it in those judges' hands. Because as long as you leave it with those two judges, we always gonna be all right.
Just watching him there, he's been hitting a sledgehammer off the tires, doing sit-ups and stuff like that, man. He looks in tremendous shape this time round. Has it been a long camp with the pandemic and stuff like that? Has it been a long camp, and has Badou just got itchy knuckles now just to get in there and get the job done?
I mean, yeah, I think everybody that's going through this pandemic got that extra gut feeling to get in there and get things done. But at the same time, as much as he is anxious, he is excited to get his opportunity to get his titles back. Because he felt he won the first fight, so he gotta prove it the second fight.
I mean, WBA light heavyweight world champion. I mean, it's a tough division to be in with Bivol and Bertabiev and stuff like that. But if Badou keeps on doing what he's doing, I mean, there's some big, dangerous fights out there for him if he wins on June 6th.
I think the whole division is dangerous, in my opinion, and it's one of the most underrated divisions in the sport. Well, more so cruiserweight than light heavyweight. But it's not looked upon highly like it should be, because these guys are punching, and these guys are dangerous guys, man. All these light heavyweights are dangerous guys, and they can knock you out at any given time. So I think these guys are well deserving of the spotlight.
Jonathan, I've got to ask you, being that you are a pure boxing man, and a lot of hardcore boxing fans with the YouTubers coming in into the sport and fighting, especially a guy like Floyd Mayweather, who's 50-0, the best in our era, some might say, fighting a YouTuber. What's your thoughts as a boxing man yourself, fighting Floyd fighting a YouTuber?
Well, I always put it like this: if I'm driving a car and my car breaks down, I'm not gonna blame the driver first. I'm gonna go to the mechanic because he did something wrong with that car. That's who I'm gonna go to, the mechanic. So I'm not blaming Floyd for taking advantage of opportunity. You can't blame the fans for liking what the people are doing. You have to go deeper to the people who claim they want to keep the sport safe, which is the sanctioning bodies and the commissions. They're allowing it to happen. So I got nothing to say but kudos. If you doing something and they're allowing you to do it, I mean, I hats off to you. What, the Paul brothers? Hats off to you, man. Because you are allowed to, they're allowing you to do it. Yeah. He's not stealing. He's not robbing nobody. He asked to come in. They said sure. So they're allowing him to do it. So what can you say about it? You can't say nothing negative to them because they only taking advantage of opportunity that they was given. Yeah. So it's not negative about them. I
mean, I'm assuming that you're expecting nothing but a Floyd dominant victory against somebody like Logan Paul. I mean, we know who Floyd is, and we know that Logan's never done boxing before. He's had 2 amateur fights or whatever, 2 professional fights. But Floyd Mayweather, I mean, surely this is an easy cakewalk for Floyd.
I mean, I can't go out and say it's an easy cakewalk, but it should be an easy cakewalk because Floyd has seen every type of style, size difference. A lot of people don't understand that Floyd always been a smaller man in the ring. He fight bigger guys than he in the gym. He spar with bigger guys. So he's used to being in the ring with bigger guys. And he just got the skills it takes. And like you said, this guy had 2 fights. So that's enough said right there. I mean, may the best man win, but Floyd should be the victor of that fight.
I want to also get your opinion, since you've trained heavyweights and legendary heavyweights and Klitschko's and stuff like that. Your thoughts on Wilder winning his legal case and the arbitrator voting in his favour in terms of he's going to give or he has to. Tyson has to give Wilder the third fight now, the trilogy fight before September 15th. In your position, what would you do? Would you take the step aside if you were Wilder? This is. Would you take the step aside money and get the winner of AJ Fury, or would you right the wrong that happened last year and get the trilogy out of the way ASAP?
It all depends on what do you want out of your career. If you want just money, or you want your respect. Understand that from a fighter standpoint, it ain't just about the money when you fight. It's about the respect. Now you got everybody look at Floyd. When Floyd came after he fought Oscar De La Hoya, he started calling himself Money Mayweather. So everybody thinking, oh, fighting is just about the money. But before he became Money Mayweather, he was Pretty Boy Floyd. And it wasn't just about the money. It was about the respect, because every fighter he got in the ring respected the crap out of him. So what I'm saying is, on the Deontay Wilder standpoint, from a fighter standpoint, if he's saying he wants this third fight right away, it's about the respect. It ain't about the money. It's about respect. And as a fighter, no fighter want to be disrespected, especially a guy with Deontay Wilder's resume. So he wants his respect back. So that, to me, that's what it's more so about. It's more than money. It's about respect.
So I'm guessing by what you just said that you reckon that Wilder should push for this trilogy and just get the respect thing out of the way, get right his wrong.
I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm saying he should do whatever he feels is best on his behalf, understanding that each fighter is trying to do what's best for them on their behalf. That's what's best for him on his behalf. But Fury might not see it that way. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing what's best for him on his behalf, and you can't. I'm not gonna complain about it, because that's what he's doing, what it feels best for him. You know what I'm saying? But AJ and Fury, if they fight, that's best for them, not best for Wilder. You know what I'm saying? So every fighter do what's best for them.
Boxing is a crazy old sport in terms of like the fans, especially the UK fans. We want to see our two British heavyweights fight for the. It's like a selfish point of view that our fans, and I'm assuming American fans too, want to see who the undisputed heavyweight world champion is. So we want to see thing. But now Wilder can put a spanner in that works, and rightfully so. He's got the right. He won the legal case to do this, so he's got the right to do it. But selfishly, as boxing fans, we want to see the Joshua Fury, and then Wilder can take the winner, or maybe even fight Ruiz in the meantime. You know, there's loads of things there for Wilder, but I mean, it is his decision, like you said.
Yeah, it is his decision, and only good thing about the sport is these guys got big enough names to continue to put pressure on everybody so they can get what they want. Like, don't get me wrong, everything for a fighter to go after what he wants, he has to be a little bit selfish, because he has to go on. He's trying to pursue his dreams, not nobody else's. So if Wilder thinks that's what's best for him, kudos to him. You know, so he's, like you said, you won this case. We just have to see what happens next.
Well, let's hope it is. But there's a big fight happening on Saturday. Josh Taylor versus Ramirez. An undisputed, at least the super lightweights, they got their act together. We're going to see an undisputed fight down there at the lightweights. Josh Taylor against Ramirez. Two undefeated fighters. High knockout ratios on both fighters. All the belts, including the Ring magazine on the line. It's a great fight. What are your thoughts, Jonathan?
I think it's going to be possibly be one of the top fights of the year. You know, I think it's going to be fireworks, because both guys are good punchers, man. Both guys is fearless, and I'm looking forward to looking at the fight. As a fan of the sport, I'm excited about it.
I know you're a huge fan of the sport, but you also, that's why I love Vegas, man. It's a fight capital. We've got fights every weekend. Devin Haney's on the following weekend against Ramirez. Another great fight down in the lightweight division. The lightweight division right now, we could say, is the four kings. When we've got Lopez. Well, I know that Gervonta Davis moved up to 140 to fight Barrios, but we've got Lopez, Garcia, Haney. There's some cracking fights, top fighters down there. You looking forward to Devin Haney and Ramirez?
I am. Like, all these young guys, they fighting top dogs right off the gate. They're not waiting a long time to fight top dogs, and I love it. That's how it should be, and I love it. It made the best man win. It's going to be great fights, man.
I want to get your word on Canelo. If Canelo moves up to light heavyweight, would you like him to face something like Badou Jack? And for you, is Canelo the pound-for-pound star at this moment in time with what he's doing? I mean, he's fought 3 times in 5 months. He's looking to unify the division the way champions should do. He's going after the champions. Do you like what Canelo's doing?
What he's doing, I mean, that's a gamble, give or take, whether you like it or not. But you got to respect the guy for doing what he's doing. But do I consider him a pound-for-pound king? It depends on who are you put in that pound-for-pound category. Is there any heavyweights included? Then no, I don't consider him pound-for-pound king. Right now, Tyson Fury is a pound-for-pound king because right now he's the only undefeated heavyweight champion. You know, so that's what I see. But what Canelo's doing, he's doing whatever he wants to do. So when you got somebody doing what they want to do and being successful at it, how can you get mad at him? What can you say? Hats off to him. Kudos to him. That's all you can say.
John, I won't keep you much longer, but one final word. This is on Sky Sports Box Office back in the UK. Why should the UK fans tune in to watch Badou Jack and Jean Pascal and obviously Mayweather against Logan Paul?
Well, I want the UK fans to tune in to watch Badou Jack rematch against Pascal. This is going to be fireworks from round one. The first fight was good. The second fight could be even better.
Easy as that.
Easy as that.
Johnathon, thank you so much for doing this 5-0 TV.
My pleasure.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.